What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me show you guys something, because if I tell you, you probably will not believe me. I saw this comment on my channel, and this person said in my last video where I said most PlayStation fans, or some PlayStation fans, actually want Xbox to leave the console market. Not because Xbox is at risk of leaving. They just want Xbox to go so that they can say that their PlayStation is a better box and justify a $500 purchase or whatever the heck it is they paid. I've argued that this will be bad for business, and even as a PC gamer myself, I enjoy the competition because it spills over the best value to the PC platform. But look at what this person wrote on my channel. They said they grew up on PS2, then 360, then Xbox One, then left back to Sony for Spider-Man and God of War. Xbox is not worth it. PlayStation understands something Xbox doesn't, and that is gaming is all about games first and foremost. Xbox seems to forget that. When Xbox has some more quality and hype games of their own, the fan perception will improve. So I responded to this comment and said, how can we say Xbox forgets that when they have basically started prioritizing games more than their console? Because if you look back just to 3 days ago or so, the biggest question on the minds of a lot of people was whether the Xbox console was going to go out of business because of the way they basically treated the console, taking their games everywhere and advertising that you can play Xbox games anywhere. Could it not be said that Xbox has prioritized software more than anything else? So how can we say that Xbox has forgotten that good games is actually paramount to what an ecosystem should have? So this is a false framing, in my opinion, or at least an inaccurate framing that is not taking into consideration these allegations that have actually been put forth in the last few days, or at least have been being put forth all this while. Because again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, when Xbox acquired Bethesda, why did they acquire Bethesda? For the games. They understand now that the games are important. They just acquired Activision Blizzard. Why did they do so? For the games. Because this understanding that you accuse Xbox of not having, they already do have it. And they understand it so much, they've almost blown $100 billion of it in an instant. Ain't that crazy? So this person replied and said this. This is wild. Because even though they seem to be turning it around, we can't forget the last decade of disappointment. Wow. So this person said that Xbox needs to actually turn it around. And then Xbox is actually turning it around. But the person's like, even still, we can't forget the last 7 years. I replied and said, so you still cry yourself to sleep for what happened 7 years ago? Of which at that time I was actually a PlayStation, I had a PlayStation at the time. I wasn't even gaming on PC again. I just recently been trying to think about, okay, maybe I need to make my move to PC. This was like 8 years ago or so. Well, 9 years ago, I was thinking about the move or the possibility of it. So at the end of the day, the perception around Xbox will never change for these console loyalists that are actually loyal to PlayStation. They're going to continue to add more and stack more on the goalpost until Xbox is never able to reach the particular measure that they want it to reach. So in reality, what they want is for Xbox to fail. So they continue to perpetuate this particular narrative that somewhere, somehow, Xbox has lost its mind. It's lost its identity, when the market is actually changing. And even PlayStation themselves are saying Xbox has actually leapfrogged over us. We were literally ahead in console sales. Somehow Xbox has the biggest selling game on our platform. They have the biggest subscription in terms of value. They have access to a lot of money, and they can basically put their platform almost anywhere. And then at the end of the day, someone is coming out to say that somehow they don't realize that, games are more important. Here's the reality. There are some kinds of games that you like. Xbox may not be making those games, and that's totally fine. If you like the games that PlayStation plays, play them. No one is stopping you from playing the games that PlayStation makes. In fact, it would be best if you actually did, but at the same time, Xbox understands, in a sense, its own consumer base and is capable of continuing to provide them the services that they want. So a lot of these conversations to me come down from a place of deep bias, or maybe just a deep, in my opinion anyways, disdain and hatred for the fact that Xbox even is a thing and it exists. But here's the thing. It's good for the markets to compete. As much as I'll tell you that I'm not a fan of both of them, I understand their importance in this entire market space. Even on the PC side, I see a lot of people say, oh, they're all about Steam and they don't like Epic Games and yada yada. But I'm happy that Epic Games actually came into play. Even though they may not be offering as much value as Steam, at least they have not allowed for Steam to remain a monopoly. I'm happy that Good Old Games provides DRM-free games so that we can actually play games and have access to the game files and be able to store them and treat them based on our own, preferences the way that we want. So these things are available here in markets, and we cannot say based on loyalty another one needs to disappear. That is the most economically asinine thing you can wish for. Because if you got your wish, you'd be the first to complain because you've closed your eyes to the reality all this while. And while you were being told that this is what's going to happen, you closed your ears and la your way to saying that you preferred one box over the other. At the end of the day, you're going to be a PC gamer anyways. So why am I even bothered? Thanks for watching the video. Peace out.